Today we will talk about one moment of thought. The power of our minds is inconceivable. We will discuss the Amitabha Sutra to understand the power of our minds. In the commentary of Amitabha Sutra by Master O.E., it asks a question. If Amitabha's Pure Land is 100 billion worlds away from here, how can we be reborn there instantly? Master O.E. answered, 100 billion worlds are not beyond one moment of thought, since fundamentally there is nothing outside the true mind. From the aspect of phenomena, 100 billion Buddha lands away is an inconceivable distance for us. However, from the aspect of noumena, the principle, the Pure Land is already within our true nature. The mundanes only understand the world of phenomena, the physical world, but the saints and sages, they live in the world of noumena, the mind, the non-physical. Therefore, one moment we are aligned back to our pure, enlightened mind, then we already arrive at the Pure Land. For example, if we close our eyes, think about the person we despise, we immediately with the person feeling the anger. If we think about the person we love and adore, we immediately feel happiness. If we think about Disneyland, we're immediately there having fun. And if we think about the Western Pure Land, our mind is already back to the Pure Land. Our mind creates our reality. When we rely on the power of Buddha that is inherent in our own mind, what is so hard about being reborn in the Pure Land instantly? There are two important powers in the Pure Land Buddhism. One is the power of Amitabha, the Buddha. Two is the power of our own mind. When we chant the name Amitabha, Amitabha's power immediately merges into ours, because we all have the same nature. In the thrice yearning chanting service of Master Dongfeng, it says, cheese and yogurt are cultivated from milk. You and Buddha have the same nature. Bracelets and golden vases are fabricated from gold. The Buddha is the Buddha because of the heart. 100 billion worlds away from east to west, 24 hours a day, mortals and saints all start from the same point. There are two metaphors here. Buddha is like the cheese, we are like the yogurt, both made out of milk, which is the same Buddha nature. The other example, Buddha is like the gold bracelets, we are like the gold vases, both made out of gold, which is the Buddha nature. We all have the Buddha heart. So 100 billion Buddhas land away is not apart from our true mind, and 24 hours a day is not apart from this one moment of thought. Our mind is beyond time and space because our mind has no limitation or boundary. When it further explains, it is like many layered scenes of mountains, rivers, and towers reflected in a mirror. All the layers appear there in the mirror, and in reality there is no near and far. All are reflected at once, appear without before and after. The name Amitabha symbolizes infinite light and infinite life. Infinite light means it extends throughout all 10 directions, and infinite life means it extends throughout all periods of time. So this Buddha name, it means our Buddha nature is beyond time and space. And here it uses example of mirror. This mirror is like our true mind, and the many layered scenes is like the sceneries of the Pure Land. When our mind is calm and unmoved like the perfect mirror, the Pure Land is immediately reflected in our heart. In terms of space, there's no near and far, and in terms of time, there's no before and after. Just like the name, infinite light and infinite light. So there is no resistance or no limitation here when we are back in our true nature. Moreover, it talks about 4 important passages of the Amitabha Sutra. When the sutra says, west of here, past 100 billion Buddha lands, there exists a world called ultimate bliss. It is also like this. When the sutra says, in this land, there exists a Buddha called Amitabha who is expounding the Dharma right now. It is also like this. It is also like this when a person who developed faith and vows and recited the Buddha name is about to die, and Amitabha and his assembly of saints appear before that person. It is also like this when the person dies with all his or her mind fallen into delusion, and the person is immediately born in Amitabha's land of ultimate bliss. It talks about 4 important passages. If you want to see the Buddha land that's 100 billion lands away, your mind has to be like the unmoved mirror back to our true nature. Then you will see the Pure Land. And if you want to see the Amitabha who is expounding the Dharma right now, it is also not apart from this unmoved mirror that is our true nature. When we're about to die, Amitabha and his assembly appear before us. It is also not away from our true mind. And when we do not fall into delusion, when we die, because our mind is unified and not chaotic, chanting the name Amitabha, it is also not apart from this true mind. All these important factors of rebirth all depend on us residing in our true suchness like this perfect, clear mirror. In conclusion, we must recognize that every word in the sutra is reflected in the great perfect mirror wisdom of the ocean seal samadhi. When our 8th consciousness, the deluded mind, is completely purified, it is called the great perfect mirror wisdom. We are now perfectly pure without any delusion and attachment to the illusory images inside the mirror. That means all the circumstances that's happening to us right now, we know that's illusion, and we're back to the clarity of our mind. That's the perfect mirror wisdom. And it's also like the calm ocean that doesn't have any waves of ignorance. The surface will reflect everything clearly. So everything is dependent on us being aligned with our true nature. That is the secret of rebirth and also the secret of enlightenment. The power of our mind is really the determined factor. I would like to share a little story. There was a little girl from 2 to 7. She had this rash on her face and body. It was really discomforting. All the dermatologists told her there's nothing you can do. You will just grow out of it when you get older. When she was 7, she went to a holistic doctor, and this doctor told her you will actually grow out of it when you get older, but if you can talk to these bumps yourself and ask them nicely to go away, they will actually disappear. The little girl really believed in it. That same night, she hid herself in the blanket and started talking sincerely to the bumps on her face. That was on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. She did the same thing. By Friday, all the rashes were gone. There was no more, and it never ever happened again. Why? Because she really had faith and she really wanted it to happen. She had vowed and she really talked to them. She really practiced as if they are alive, and it really will work. So when we have faith, vow, and practice, there's nothing we cannot do. The secret is all within the power of our mind. There's nothing we cannot accomplish. So that's the class for today. Thank you for listening. Amitabha.